All right, hi everyone. Welcome to Where the Bikers Unite. I am getting ready to have some bikers on our podcast in the next few weeks, which I'm really excited about. But now you're on the podcast just with me, lovable Catherine Ann, who is the co-owner of We Are Bikers, Your Bikers Unite. So today I want to talk about my process when it comes to helping bikers out. It's been an emotional process. I have had to troubleshoot when it comes to figuring out what do we do for free and pro bono and what do we do for a fee or like something. Because again, we still need to also live. I wish I could do everything for free, to be honest with you. I had a conversation a long time ago with an awesome professional photographer that did Dave Matthews and concert photographers. And he was like, as an artist, it's the hardest thing to charge people. It is. So when I sat down, about a year ago, I sat down with a group of amazing bikers in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you guys are listening in, I adore you and I miss you guys a lot. Can't wait to come down. And I remember us sitting there and he was like, you can't charge for certain things. I was like, yeah, you're right. I can't do it because of the way we're built. We are here for the biker community. Now, that doesn't mean we can be taken advantage of. It doesn't mean that we can take advantage of people. It goes both ways. And so how do I build the trust? How do I build financial backing for us? How do we assist with bikers? Everyday bikers, small or big, well-known or not well-known. How do we help them? Being pro bono. How do we help biker organizations? How do we assist when it comes to volunteering? Like, what kind of things do we volunteer for? What kind of things should we not, ask for compensation? So I knew in my gut, because we all have a conscience, that I knew for a fact that I could not charge for like nonprofit work. So like volunteering with a nonprofit, helping them out, being an extra body. Number one, also being able to assist with, if we do a fundraiser situation, all those funds have to go to the biker. There's no way we can take some of our moral compass. We can take it. So how do we do that? How do we assist? So we came up with this financial plan. We're still troubleshooting, just so you guys know, but really, and that's why we're like profit and a non-profit organization. Because in the profit side, we have merchandise that we're still trying to create, teaming up with graphic designers. Side note, if you're interested, reach out to us. We're looking for teaming up with bikers, help with maybe a subscription base. Like our organization is multi-level, so there's a lot to it. So I realized that, number one, to be advertisers, but also be able to assist with so much, like us announcing them through podcasts and social media, which we're still taking applications in for that. How do we assist with certain aspects, like maybe them literally sponsoring our trips around the United States in certain aspects, and that's still coming into play. But the biggest thing I want to talk about today was because what triggered yesterday when two of my bikers ended up getting in an accident. They needed help. And it's not my place to charge them for that help. It's no one's place here. Me and Amelia, if you need help, we should be able to help refer you to places. But not only that, we team up with organizations that already exist, like Biker Support. We refer them, bikers to Biker Support. We refer them to Bunk a Biker. Like, we're here to support the biker community. We're also here to support lawyers. We are here to support and spread the word about different businesses. The biggest power we have as human beings is our voice. So if somebody calls me and says, hey, this is what's happening, let me give you the details, and I'm going to ask hard questions. I'm going to ask you, do you have insurance? Or did you have insurance? Or, what kind of things were billed? What kind of debt do you have? Well, if you got in an accident and you were out of work for 2 weeks, what is this going on? Or why did you get that ticket? If I'm standing with you in court, why did you get that ticket? What did we learn from it? The biggest thing I have to say is it's not to punish people. As humans, there's too many people sitting there, well, this person has done this, so I'm not going to support them. Give me a break. We're human. Yes, there's a consistency in certain points where you're like, okay, I'm getting kind of in trouble. I'm getting hurt by this person. I can't keep volunteering. But there's also a point where you're sitting there going, listen, this person is learning. They're growing. They're being humans. We have to bring humanity back a little bit to our societies. And I realize there's a lot that's been missing, is that humanity part. Just because you don't have insurance, just because you faulted on a bill, or you've had issues and hardship for the past year trying to get on your feet and you keep messing up and you're dealing with PTSD and emotional standpoint, doesn't mean that you should not get a support system. And I think that is where the judgments have gone wrong. And I do pray that my viewpoints as a CEO can maybe change things a little bit with society. Well, maybe sit there and say, oh, I didn't see it that way. Maybe we should bring humanity back. You're going to have the peanut gallery. You're going to have bullies. I deal with bullies on a daily basis, and I just, I put them in their place. I just don't deal with it. And yeah, I do give them some time of day because I'm going to put them in the place. But after that, I'm done. I've said what my piece. I'm moving forward. They'll see actions. So, how do we help? So, when I went in right away, because I knew right away I needed help, I knew deep down in my conscience that I couldn't just say, okay, I hope you feel better, pat, 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 move on with my day. So the first things first was, with the first biker, was I needed to get either an organization involved to then say, hey, he was literally attacked by a cage, run off the road. How do we go about doing this? The person never got a ticket. The police didn't do anything in that area, because I always base it on not the whole entire. Like, I don't generalize. You gotta ask questions about the area. You gotta ask deep questions about every single circumstance, because I do not generalize. I'm a person that will never generalize. Every circumstance is different. They may have similarities, but every situation is different. And his situation was that the cop didn't give a ticket and didn't even care about the cager that literally, ran him off the road. Then I had another biker yesterday who was running late for work, and he was weaving out of traffic, and then he got in his place, and then a truck got over and he hit him, and now he has a hole in his lung. So mind you, we gotta take responsibility for ourselves. That's the biggest thing. But is it my place as a CEO to hold them accountable? Well, if we help them, yes. So what I do on the back end, what no one sees, is I bring the humanity back for bikers. I sit there and I talk to them. And I ask tough questions. We do laugh here and there because you got to still bring the human side of things in. But you also have to be kind of, I guess you can say, a leader of saying, okay, you didn't have insurance. So, and this is your only transportation. So how do we handle this? What do we do to help you? He's not well known in the community. Not a lot of bikers know him. How do we help? Do you need meals? What can we do to assist you? Maybe not financially, but what other ways can we help you? It's not an easy question. And I don't call them memorial rides or anything like that, but I try to sit there and say every biker is unique and different. Even if you have a past, if you're dealing with PTSD, it's a lesson we all need to learn from each other. So how do I do this? Because this is something that I'm going to be taking with me across the nation. If bikers get in an accident, what can I do to help them? How can I assist them? Do you need a meal plan? Do you need us to help you raise funds? What bikers can step up and help him? And maybe even guide him and lead him in a healthy manner. This biker had no family. He has not talked to his parents and his mom in a long time. He was kind of alone. But he also has to take responsibility for himself. He's an adult. But is it me, as a human being, have to hold him accountable? No. But as a CEO, if we're stepping in, we're going to have to try to figure it out. So I'm here to take in feedback. If you guys want to email me and let me know, hey, this is my idea, this would be a really cool idea, I'm going to give you credit for your ideas. I'm not here to take your ideas. I'm a hero coexister when it comes to uniting all bikers. So if you have an idea and you want it to grow, I'm here to help you through that and give you credit where it deserves. So right now we're trying to think of ideas of helping when bikers get in accidents, because that's the hardest part. How do you help them when they're in the hospital bed? How do you help them heal? How do you assist them when it comes to certain aspects? How do you teach them? How do you guide them? It's something that I have been sitting on for a long time, figuring out. And I think just yesterday, having to sit there and realize that, oh my goodness, he's going to be out of work for a while. He's not going to have the support system he needs, which a lot of us don't. I've been very fortunate to have a good support system personally. So to me personally, I'm here to help. What kind of advice do we need to get? What kind of stuff is going on? Because talking to him, I found out there was a whole lot deeper stuff going on. But the main reason is for him to heal. But there's everything else where I, tend to see myself into things, and I knew I couldn't always see myself into things, but I'm here emotionally for those other things. But how do we help from point A to point B to assist them? So right now I'm troubleshooting. I would love to have feedback. If you guys want to email me at wherebikersunited@gmail.com, or you can text me and say, hey, I have this really cool idea of hey, what if it's like a biker down ride for us to raise funds for those bikers? How can we help them and them get all the full funds? What can we do to assist them? Doesn't matter what you ride. I realize talking to bikers, they're really judgmental about what they ride. Is it a sport bike or is it a cruiser? Well, why does it matter? Why are you, yes, it's your funds, putting it towards that, but if I'm helping raise funds, if we raise no funds, we raise no funds. But if we're trying to sit there and say, listen, he's learned from his mistake, if he made a mistake, or what can we do to help him in other ways? So how do we bring humanity back to the nonprofit side of things? It's been a really hard question for me, and it's something that I've been troubleshooting a lot and observing a lot, and I've been talking to a lot of bikers about it, because there's some things where you're like, I really want to help, but it was your fault. We can still kind of help, we can still figure out ways for us to assist you, because we're human, but I can't do everything that I want to do because this, again, was your situation that you did. And that's a hard, heavy topic. It's a very heavy situation on hand where, as an organization, where's the limit? Our organization is one-on-one with every biker. We are emotionally connected to every single biker. It is very exhausting, but it's a very fulfilling career, and hopefully it will grow more. It's going to take a lot of us falling on our faces and making mistakes and wording things incorrectly to make it correct. And that's the reason why I always tell everyone we're a creative organization. We're here to help. We're here to assist. And we want to do our best to guide every single biker, because they all deserve it. Doesn't matter if you have a record. Doesn't matter if you have issues. Doesn't matter if you have PTSD or that you have beliefs that are different than each other. As long as you're on those wheels, as long as you're riding 2 or 3 wheels, we support you. But how we support you depends on the circumstance, the situation, and so forth. And we ask those tough questions. I pray that in the long run, we can make a big difference. It's just going to take a lot of time. But keep in mind, everything we raise goes towards that biker. It was one thing me and Amelia did talk in heavy when it comes to funds. When it comes to raising funds. Talking to every bikers too. It's so important to do the right thing for biker community, but also for the community as well. So if you want to send me emails of your suggestions, I'd really appreciate it. I know this was a heavy 15 minutes with me. I've been emotional for the past few hours and days. So enjoy your week, you guys. We'll talk next week. Hopefully I'll have a special guest, and we'll talk from there. Have a blessed day and take care.